Okay, part 4. I've machined the block that the card will sit on. It's not fully square on the outer edges there, but the surfaces in the centre, these surfaces, that one and that one, measures up perfectly. So it's good enough to bolt a carburetor to. Next stage is I want to make some gaskets. Now before I get my price quote for welding this on, he may very well turn around and tell me it can't be welded. So I'm going to bolt this to the manifold first. But before I do that, I'm going to make up a couple of gaskets. I need one for this surface anyway, for the plastic, I think it's pein or whatever the hell you call it, that sits on top. And then the carburetor goes on top of that. But what I want to do is make 2 gaskets, one for each side of this, and I'm going to make another one for this surface here as well. That may not get used, then again it may do, who knows. Anyway, I've got some gasket, quite thick old stuff. I'd say this is a good millimetre in thickness. I was taught how to do gaskets at Nacro training services in Ipswich when it used to be at Hadley Road. I unfortunately got thrown out of the course. The manageress of the place didn't particularly like me very much because I spoke my mind and basically told me to clear off. Personally, I think she needs more sex in her life. Anyway, ball peen hammer. You can see this, I hope. The surface of the ball peen, using the sharpness edge of the cuts, tap around. Not too hard, not to damage the surfaces, but hard enough for it to cut the gasket paper. This gasket paper cost me £1. If I went to buy a gasket kit, I'd have to buy nearly all the gaskets on some occasions, which would be very expensive. I've seen a lot of people in the past with scissors in their hands. That's fine, but sometimes it's just not accurate enough. Right, flat edge of the hammer. Okay, let's see where this has gone. There you go, look. That's just perforated enough. There's the centre hole, you can see that, there you go. And here's the outside edge hole. And that has perforated it beautifully. Raining outside. That will sit on top. I'll make another one for the underside, and I'll make another one for the rubber urethane, yeah, I've got it right that time, cover that goes on top. And I will probably seal these down with a very light smear of gasket sealer. It's probably not going to be necessary, but I'm going to do it anyway. See how that works out. Anyway, moving on. Now doing number 2. There we go. One more. This is really quite an easy way in doing it. I do sit back, and I have used scissors myself, but this is definitely a more effective way. But if you are going to use scissors, the other thing you can do to make your marks where everything goes is just get your hands a bit dirty and run your fingers along the lines like this, yeah, and that will leave you an outlay of where you need to cut with scissors. I have to take my hat off to the tutor, because at Otley College and other courses I've been on in the past, none of them show you how to do gaskets with a ball pen. So that tutor, I do take my hat off to you fella. I think the course that I was on was rubbish because there was no budget. And that's what let it down. And sometimes it's just not wise to voice your opinion, because some people just don't like it. A bit of a cock up there, I ain't quite got it to where it needs to go. There we go. Oh, this one's being a pig. I didn't hit it hard enough. There you go, 3 gaskets. I haven't done the holes for them yet, where the bolts go, because the next plan of action is to counterbore these out so I can fit a socket down there, drill straight through, so I come out the other side. Then I'll lay this onto the manifold, draw around on the inside, drill 2 big holes with a hole saw, and then grind across to make that gap. And then I shall then drill straight through the manifold, run some bolts through if I can get them in. I think I can. There's not a lot of room inside there, but we'll see if we can do it. And if we can, that will get bolted down. I'll take it to the aluminium chappie tomorrow that's going to weld, no, Tuesday, so it's bank holiday tomorrow, Tuesday, and see how much he charges. If his prices are a little bit over the top, or he says it could crack the aluminium manifold or warp it, then we'll just stick with bolting it, and I'll just get that inlet hole with the throttle body on removed and plated. Just been trawling through YouTube earlier on for these Pontiac Ferraros, or whatever the hell you call them. I can't pronounce it for toffee. They sound rather nice with cherry bombs, the V6s. So I might put a couple of cherry bombs on after the government inspection's been done on the vehicle. Vario, that's what they're called, I believe. Meaning proud in Italy, Italian. Right, a counterboard with a tiny bit of countersink going on in there. Really needed a milling bit to do this properly, but tools are restricted. So what I might do is, I've got an old done-in lathe sitting in the room behind the window. I might take the nuts, put them on the end, lock them down, put them on the end of a bolt or a stud, and spin them in the lathe, and just put a slight countersink. There's probably a proper term for it, but I don't know what it is. A countersink so they match in to the holes. Not ideal, but the nuts sit just under flush, and once bolted in with gasket sealant and the gaskets on, I'm more than confident that that'll hold back and I shouldn't get any troubles with it. Bit close on that one, but there is a block that goes on top of this block that should resolve that problem, as you see. There you go.